Mike. Hello. There we go. How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Over on total for the daily, we could potentially have our higher low in. We will have to watch lower time frames as we do have some bullish divergence. Our stochastic is pushing down, RSI is weakening, momentum is starting to push away, VWAP is pushing away, and the money flow is in the red. But again, the 1 hour does look a little more positive. We have a higher high on VWAP with a higher low. If we can stay above the neutral and continue bullish, we could see a pump forward and put an end to our kind of consolidation and drop move that we've been seeing. Our money flow does want to push up. It is kind of starting to stagnate. Momentum is getting a bullish divergence as well. So we are seeing some possibility of divergence happening. Remember that divergence can help take us up. And the MPP does say that could give us a higher high. Remember, if we get a higher high, we could see higher lows and then start a new bullish trend. Now over on Bitcoin for the daily, we do have the same potential. We did drop down to our 80K, and now our MPP is saying there's a 50-50 chance of getting 85K and then getting stuck and dropping and then breaking 93K. But our stochastic is starting to pull away, RSI is starting to drop down, momentum is running, that VWAP is favoring bearish, causing money flow to remain in the red. But over on the 1 hour, we do have that same divergence that we had on total. So we did have that kind of consolidate, drop. That was the kind of trend we've been in. We are seeing a consolidation right now, but that VWAP is starting to favor more bullish. Before, the VWAP was more bearish when we were consolidating, so I would watch for a potential end to this continuation. If that VWAP can stay bullish, momentum will continue forward, money flow can break into the green, and then we would potentially have a higher low here on the daily, which, if followed by a higher high, could help push us into a bullish trend. Now, over on the 1 hour, our MPP does say we would make a lower high, so I would watch very closely. That's not very good for us, but if we do break that, remember the MPP is not always accurate, then we could see some bullish momentum. Over on graph, we do have a pretty strong tumble down here as well, so we will actually probably want to take a look at our paper trading account, see maybe if we want to DCA in anything. But our stochastic is dropping away, RSI is weakening, momentum is dropping, VWAP is favoring bearish, and money flow is in the red. So watch that VWAP very close. But over on the 1 hour is trying to break into bullish territory. We have a higher low, so watch if we get a higher high. If we can get a higher high, again, we could push forward, and our MPP does say there is a chance of pushing up toward the 11 cents, but that's a very slim chance. Either way, we could potentially make a higher high, though. So if that VWAP can break bullish and hold, that would be very positive to help push us toward that next resistance area and then hopefully continue forward, as that would be a higher low. And if we can break or even hit and hold in that area, that would be a higher high, creating a potential bullish trend. I would not say we're officially in a bear market, Reaper. Remember, it's going to be heavily dependent on the global economic kind of things that we're talking about in the Discord. If those things do not end, then we're probably going to continue lower. But if people get their act together and things do end, then it would be likely the market would pump up. Now, remember, we do have the tariffs, much like you did mention today, and those are going into effect April 2nd. So that will have a bit of an effect, as people may not be ready to deploy their cash at this moment. They may be kind of in a waiting mode, as we have two major things going on at the same time. And remember, when you have major events like that, it does help push the market down. The war causes a lot of fear, and then the tariffs are causing a lot of uncertainty. So we have a lot of fear and uncertainty in the market right now. Over on the daily, over on XRP, we are overall breaking away, pushing down toward the support level. So again, we're just shy of that $2, pretty strong support level in my opinion. VWAP is starting to push down, momentum is weakening, and that money flow is in the bearish territory. So overall, I would exercise a little bit of caution, but the 1 hour, we do have bullish divergence happening here as well, with VWAP getting higher highs and higher lows, pushing momentum higher, and that will reverse that money flow if this maintains, which will in turn help push price forward. So again, it does look like we do have some bullish momentum kind of brewing here. I would watch tomorrow for the confirmation though, but if you are hoping for that confirmation and you want to jump in, know that taking a risk jumping in now means we could drop tomorrow and you could lose 5-10%. But if we do jump up, then you at least have some sort of gain. That's why you don't want to go all in or all out. So we will kind of hide the camera here. So we'll kind of look. So our Bitcoin is pretty beat down. Our average price is 93K. We're at 82K. So very good opportunity to DCA. Remember, we did just start buying this not that long ago. Don't know all the protect. Yeah, again, there's a lot of things like the margin and stuff, which I'm not too crazy about with TradingView. That's why I don't use the TradingView on my personal profiles and I don't link them, because you're going to be paying them a fee. That's what that margin right here is. That's pretty much the fee you have to have your account open. Now, if we do buy in this range, trade, create new orders, sometimes it just lets me buy, other times it doesn't feel like it. So we do have, let's see, how much do we have? 0.8. A decent way to average in would be going pretty decent as far as, I don't want 4. 0.4. How much is that? Let's see. Don't see the total price. It would be about 40,000, somewhere in there. So not very realistic amount. We do have quite a bit of our equity available to us, though. We're just going to do 0.2. Just buy 0.2 like we have been. Not going to bother doing the math right here, but the more you buy, the more your average is going to drop. See, we dropped about $1,000, so we didn't really drop very much. If we bought a little more heavy, that would help drop that down very much. Thank you, Health, for liking and subscribing. Hope you join us in that Discord as well. That way, if you have any questions, you can ask them there. Now, our other coin that's kind of beat down is Ondo. I believe we did buy some Ondo. I actually might buy a little more Bitcoin here just because this is a very strong support. And unless we end up dropping and seeing things continue, I do think there would be the probability of seeing some sort of a... I did not mean to mess with that. So I would see some sort of probability to continue forward from here. Again, things do look like they are starting to look a little more favorable. But if that war were to continue on and things get a little more heated, then we could see another strong major pullback. Now, things like Algo, I'm not at too much of a loss here, so I'm not really concerned buying more. Our average is about 35. We are about 18, so it would be a good, decent average opportunity for us because that would be half of our position. So if you're looking at, or half, like more than half of cut from where our average buy is, so that would be a very good DCA opportunity. So we did drop another $1,000 buying that Bitcoin there. Don't want to buy too heavy because I don't want to end up stacking too much at once, because we have 89K available, but not trying to stack everything all in Bitcoin. So we do have some lower amounts here. Again, not too worried about those. XRPs and profit graph, we are pretty decent on our position, if I can get the words out. Anchor, we're pretty decent on our position. That's probably the best one. We don't really have much loss at. So I would either consider some Ondo in this range, since it is one of our biggest losers. And if we're going to continue holding it, that would be one to consider. We are at pretty strong support since we haven't covered Ondo in quite a while. We are at pretty strong support here. So you can see we did drop here a few days ago. But if we look at previous price history, there was a strong consolidation range here. We are at the top of that range. So there is a chance we could push down toward that point of control, continue somewhere in this range. But it is, again, a pretty strong area to buy. And if you bought in this range, there's not much difference between the rest of that range realistically. So that's kind of the things you want to consider when you're doing your DCA. Look at the thing that's the most speed up. Maybe you want to average on that if you still feel like it's a good project. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.